to use the features of that duo camera, to use that depth perception, you don't have to change anything. So you can just be in the standard camera mode, and then when you take a picture of something, the image that you'll get, you can take this and then you can go right into edit. And then this is where we're going to have what we call our duo effects. And the duo effects give you more of a professional feel without actually having to transfer it off, use Photoshop or anything like that. So what's great is I can go, we just activated our sprint device. So I can tap on, like, say, different segments and put different people in focus. I can give them more of a natural bokeh, which I could do with a DSLR or, again, with some software. Again, I can change this up and I can do something a little neat. I can use what's called foregrounder, and our foregrounder effects kind of add a little bit of more pizzazz to the image, right? I kind of have sketch going right now, so she's in color and everything else is sketched out. Equally, I can go through zoom blur and I can move this around. I can actually change where the motion effects that take place. So I can do cartoonize, and I can change, like, the front's cartoonize, the rear's cartoonize. I can do colorize, and I can have her in color and everything else, and the foreground starts to go black and white. So it gives a little bit more natural effects. So one feature that I really like on this is copy and paste. So copy and paste, this is something that's not out quite yet. It won't be out for the actual launch. We're hoping to get this out in an update.
Pushing it up.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully,
it's going to be from HTC directly or through carriers?
A little bit of both. Some of the carriers require us to go through their TA system first. However, anything that affects the functionality will naturally come from us first,
so
and then they have to
download. You just get
yeah, we'll have it over the air photo. So to give you an idea of one of my favorite effects here, we're going to go to this guy right here. So just a really good image taken from this camera. We can go through and say, I want to select this guy's face, and copy and paste, you can select people, and it will actually utilize them as your object. You can't use it with animals or anything like that quite yet, because it does face detection. So I take him and I say, okay, this is going to be my main image, and I have him actually edited in. So obviously it's going to be a little bit different because he doesn't kind of fit in with what's going on, but I can resize him, I can turn him, I can make it a lot of fun too, right? I can zoom him up to be a giant, and you can naturally edit it. What's cool is on a lot of the images you can actually take and you can put them in the background or the foreground, so it doesn't have to be this, like, I pasted it on top, corny look. You can make it more professional and maybe mix somebody into a crowd and add them in.
Blend them in more naturally.
Exactly, yeah. And we do have some editing features to allow you to tweak that so you get a really good cut around the person, so you don't have a lot of edging. And all of that's possible because of the iconic duo camera. Without that depth perception, we wouldn't be able to distinguish what's in the background and what's in the foreground.
Are they both ultra pixel?
One of them is not necessarily, they're both cameras. One of them is a 4 ultra pixel camera. The other one itself, I'm not quite sure on the entire specs because we try to focus on that as more of a sensor, but it also acts as a camera.
Like a backup.
Right, yeah. It collects the data to gauge distance and depth. So something